Observer TV News. It's Friday, December 3rd, 2010. I'm Jaqueline Delange with Leticia. Here are the top stories. An Ottawa man is charged with connection with a crossbow shooting. Russia will host the FIFA World Cup in 2018, and Canadian content will dominate the Grammys. And now to our top story. Toronto police charged a suspect in connection with a crossbow shooting yesterday afternoon. The shooting occurred at around 4 p.m. in Main Street Library. Witnesses were shocked as the children from the school below could see. People inside the library say a man shot the victim in the back with a crossbow. The victim, Si Chang, died on the scene. Witnesses across the street saw a man with black hair leave the library and get into a U-Haul truck. An onlooker followed the suspect and wrote down the truck's license plate number, and police arrested Ottawa resident Shou Fang in Scarborough soon after. Police charged Fang with first-degree murder, and he appeared in court this morning.
Mayor Rob Ford may have hit a roadblock in his plan to scrap Transit City. Transportation Minister Kathleen Wynne says the light rail project is already in motion and trying to stop it is a waste of provincial funds. Wynne says she'll have a talk with the newbie mayor and ultimately any final decision will come from a full council and TTC. If Ford gets his way, almost $150 million will be lost. Critics say that Ford is being unrealistic in his efforts to gather support for more subways because an extension wouldn't even be completed by the end of his fourth-year term. Still, there's one good thing that can come out of Ford's plan for a subway extension. More jobs. Subway components feature more Canadian-made parts.
Ontario's Court of Appeal will keep prostitution a crime until lawmakers revisit the case next year. This past fall, a Toronto judge struck down 3 prostitution laws. This ruling allowed sex trade workers to hire bodyguards and file income taxes. But the Ontario government requested an appeal. It says the law would cause prostitutes from all over to set up shop in Ontario, and police couldn't handle it. As a result, the ruling hasn't come into effect, and the old laws remain. The provincial and federal governments will make their case in April.
Many students at Centennial College travel to and from school using the TTC. It's quicker and more affordable. Here's Alicia Baird with the story.
Throughout the day, many Centennial College students can be seen waiting for the bus at Pape Mortimer. Most students use the TTC as a means of transportation to and from school. Taking the bus is convenient for these students because it is quicker and more affordable.
Transit from my house across on the west end is kind of far and a less expensive way of coming to school, so gas prices at $1 a liter is cheaper.
The buses at Pape and Mortimer arrive frequently, making it quicker for students to get to their destination on time.
Bus service is actually pretty good around here. You know, multiple times I just walk to the corner and the bus is already there. It's waiting for me, or I just got to wait a few more minutes. But I notice how it kind of teeters off, like around 5 o'clock. You have to wait more and more. So yeah, between the hours of noon and 5, it's pretty good.
The students usually walk towards the intersection with friends, as many of them share the same travel routes to get home. With the TTC buses arriving as quickly as they do, students will be one step closer to tackling their homework.
From the corner of Pape Mortimer, this is Alicia Baird, Observer TV News, Toronto.
Toronto bylaws tell us what we can and cannot do. They range from dragging dead horses down Yonge Street to vehicle idling, and some bylaws have an interesting tale behind them.
Jaywalking, smoking, and even ball playing. Toronto has thousands of bylaws, but some aren't so obvious.
There is a bylaw in Toronto where you're not allowed to play ball hockey on the roads or any of the streets.
Why would they do that? Why would they limit a sport that kids can play?
Some bring a conflict of interest. In September, the city passed a bylaw which prevents second and third floor store owners from putting A-frame signs on the sidewalks. While it's meant to provide more clearance for pedestrians, Robert Sizak of the West Queen West BIA says it's hurting businesses.
Some of the businesses lost 10 to 30% just in a month of sales from the previous year. Selma from St. Oberno Salon showed me her receipts. Because she brought the sign in, 30% of sales were gone, and they're going to go bankrupt.
But not all Toronto bylaws are passed by City Hall. Some get a little help from an environmentally friendly group. In 2008, the Toronto Environmental Alliance passed a bylaw that requires companies to identify the top 25 toxins that are considered a priority.
So we're pretty excited about the bylaw, and since it's been passed, a number of other cities across Canada have been looking to Toronto's leadership to implement their own community right-to-know bylaws in their own cities. So we're actually leading the charge in Canada on this issue.
While we weren't able to get a hold of someone from City Hall regarding bylaws, Bruce Hawkins of the Municipal Licensing and Standards sent me an email regarding some questions that we had. In the email, city staff said some bylaws, including the harmonized zoning bylaw, which took numerous years to pass, received thousands of submissions from public feedback in order to get passed. And they say most bylaws are created and enforced by residents from their complaints.
I think people need to don't shy away from policies and bylaws. Definitely get involved, be aware of what's going on, and vote for or against these kinds of bylaws by contacting your councillor and influencing the way that they will vote.
So if you want to learn more about the city's bylaws, log on to www.toronto.ca and click on the bylaws section. You'll be able to see many bylaws grouped by category and what year it was passed. In Toronto, Roger Tran, Observer TV News.
When it comes to taking care of underprivileged children, Canada has fallen flat. A UNICEF report called The Children Left Behind says Canada ranks 17th out of 24 countries. The report spans 4 years of statistics starting in 2004. It looks at things like family income, housing, and the material well-being of children living in poverty. It also found that Canada provides the same level of dedication as countries that are less wealthy than most. We did, however, score higher in education and health, ranking 3rd and 9th. According to UNICEF, low scores could also affect our economic and social standing in the future. European countries like Switzerland and Netherlands ranked highest, while United States and Italy ranked lowest.
The economic report is looking rosier these days, but is that really the case? Canada's unemployment rate fell to just over 7.5% in November, but StatsCan says we shouldn't just celebrate just yet. They attributed the decline to over 40,000 young people leaving the labor market. And although there were over 26,000 more part-time workers, there were over 11,000 fewer full-time employees. Ontario is the only province in Canada to show growth. Its labor force increased by over 31,000 workers.
In other news, a Haitian lynch mob is responsible for the murders of 12 people believed to be witches. Locals in a rural village in the southwestern Grand Anse region believe that the recent cholera outbreak is because of black magic. It's only been 6 weeks since the outbreak began, and already 1,900 people are dead, with 84,000 infected. National Police spokesperson France Lebours says suspicions of voodoo practices spread last week, leading to beliefs that witchcraft is being used to infect people. After capturing suspected witches, the mob used machetes and burnt the bodies.
There will be no shortage of Canadian content at the Grammys this year. The nominees were announced on December 1st at the Nokia Theatre, and artists from the Great White North made quite a splash. Rapper Drake leads all Canadian artists with 4 nominations, including Best Rap Album for his debut record, Thank Me Later. He's also up for Best New Artist alongside Stratford native Justin Bieber. Other notables include Neil Young, who has a shot at 3 Grammys, and Canada's favorite indie rock band, the Arcade Fire, whose smash hit The Suburbs, is up for another Album of the Year. Sticking with musicians, Christina Aguilera has recovered well from her recent divorce and has gone public with her new man friend. Aguilera says she got to know Matt Rutler on the set of her new movie Burlesque. Rutler was an assistant throughout the time of filming, and after many evenings captured by photographers, the couple finally came clean with their relationship. Aguilera says, quote, "Once I filed for divorce, we started dating. I'm not trying to jump into anything. I just left a 5-year marriage. I'm taking it slow and trying to be happy." End quote. And with a little bit more love, but of a different kind, Twilight Saga's 3rd installment, Eclipse, will be released on DVD and Blu-ray Saturday morning at 12:01 a.m. With the release, different movie vendors throughout the country are holding special release parties for the book series turned film. Blockbuster Canada is the major leader in the planned parties, which are being said to run from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. The main attraction, aside from the new movie, will be a 10-question trivia contest, handing out 10 prize packs to 10 winners from each store. And that's all for entertainment right now. We'll be right back with Meegan Scanlon and more entertainment after the commercial break.
6. Now serving number 6. You don't have to wait forever for the career of your choice. With Fast Track at Centennial College, complete a program in business, technology, or healthcare, and get working in as little as 8 months. Fast Track. To learn more, contact Centennial College.
If you don't love what you do, go find something you will. Centennial College. Start here, don't look back. If you don't love what you do, go find something you will. Centennial College. Start here, don't look back. If you don't love what you do, go find something you will. Centennial College. Start here, don't look back.
Welcome back and hello everyone. The winner of the $50,000 Sobey Art Award, Daniel Barrow, is showing his work. You can see it at Jessica Bradley Art and Projects here in Toronto. The collection is called Better Than Good and will be on display until December 23rd. If you're in the holiday mood, a Christmas classic will be coming to the big screen. The 1946 film, It's a Wonderful Life, will be showing at select Cineplex theaters across Canada on December 8th and 12th. This will be the first time the movie will be viewed in digital form, and tickets are $5 a piece. In the concert scene this weekend, tonight you can support the Daily Food Bank by catching the Arkells playing the Phoenix. $1 from each ticket will go to the food bank. The Horseshoe Tavern is hosting a tribute to the last 40 years of Juno Awards. The kickoff is on Saturday and the show runs monthly until March. The first concert will feature hits from the 70s. And finally, the Sound Academy is hosting the Killers frontman Brandon Flowers on Saturday night. And that's all from entertainment. Stay with us after the break for more entertainment news.
Six. Now serving number 6.
You don't have to wait forever for the career of your choice. With Fast Track at Centennial College, complete a program in business, technology, or healthcare, and get working in as little as 8 months. Fast Track. To learn more, contact Centennial College.
If you don't love what you do, go find something you will. Centennial College. Start here, don't look back. If you don't love what you do, go find something you will. Centennial College. Start here, don't look back. If you don't love what you do, go find something you will. Centennial College. Start here, don't look back.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm Mike Gibbons with all the latest news in entertainment. The Grammy nominations have been released, and Canadian content will be at a premium this year. Drake, Arcade Fire, Neil Young, Justin Bieber, and Michael Bublé were all nominated in various categories Wednesday night in LA. Drake got 4 nods, while Arcade Fire and Young got 3 each. Bieber and Bublé both got 2 nominations. The Grammys will air in February on Global and CBS. The National Board of Review has selected The Social Network as the best film of the year. The group also gave the film awards for Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Actor for Jesse Eisenberg's role as Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. Aretha Franklin underwent a successful surgery and thanked her medical team in a statement released yesterday. The Queen of Soul gave her doctors and nurses RESPECT and thanked her fans for praying for her. The 68-year-old singer canceled all concert dates last month, and she didn't say what she was being treated for. And it looks like it'll be a family-friendly movie. It'll be family-friendly movies this weekend. Harry Potter and Disney's Tangled will grapple for box office supremacy in what is usually a slow period for moviegoers. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 is in its third weekend, and Tangled is in its second. And that's all for entertainment. Let's send it over to the Sports Center for all the scores.
Thanks, Mike, and hi, everyone. I'm Roger Tran, and here's the latest in sports. With Russia hosting the World Cup in 2018, economists say the country will benefit from it financially. It's estimated that Russia will have to spend at least £2 billion on infrastructure for the Games. But sources say the country will benefit in the long term, both from tourism and a brighter reputation. Prime Minister Vladimir Putin said yesterday that Russia's Cold War stereotypical image had frightened people all over Europe. But he also mentioned it's not now the time to describe today's Russia, as it will be stronger later on. Things were definitely heating up as LeBron James and the Miami Heat burned the Cleveland Cavaliers last night. The final score was 118-90 for the Heat. The game was a well-anticipated one. It was James' first game in Cleveland after his hyped-up trade to South Beach last summer that left Cavaliers fans betrayed. The anger was felt throughout the stadium, the constant booing and profanity thrown at him. But Cavaliers fans were quiet at the end as James scored a season-high 38 points in the game. Cleveland coach Byron Scott respected James, and he thought he played great. And collecting sports memorabilia can be more than a hobby. It can be a full-time job or a way to make some extra cash, and also can be a great way to spend a Saturday. Jennifer Romano has the story.
I'm here at the 40th Annual Sports Card and Memorabilia Expo at the Toronto International Centre. Fans are here rummaging through the memorabilia, looking for their next find. Over 900 booths filled the centre. Vendors set up shops to make trades and sell their collections. Bins of trading cards, authentic baseball bats, and autographed helmets spread across the tables and walls.
You guys have any 1972 the year memorabilia cards?
Families, collectors, and fans gather to gawk at the items and purchase a piece of history.
We look for a little bit of everything. We like autograph hunting. Just bought a Derek Jeter autographed newspaper copy. Different items that we don't see every day.
Trading cards aren't like they used to be 50 years ago. No more buying packs of 3 bubblegum at the corner store or trading Roger Maris for Mickey Mantle behind the school. Today, they're presented in a new way and with a lot more value.
Now, instead of just regular sets, you've got low-end, mid-end, high-end. You can pay as little as $1 a pack for a pack of hockey cards, or you can pay a few $100s for a pack of, say, a high-end set like the Cup. But it's definitely very different. It's not as simple, and now you've got cards with pieces of game-used jerseys embedded in them. The players have signed the cards, and the manufacturers insert them in the packs.
Vendors can make thousands of dollars a day at the show. Collecting and selling can be a full-time job. They use their fandom to make a living.
It's fun. I get to meet the athletes. That's basically how I got into it. We don't ever approach an athlete and say, look, can you sign this for me for nothing? It's a business. It's a business for them and it's a business for us. So, you know, it's a win-win basically.
The show runs until 10 o'clock tonight and from 4 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday. This is Jen Romano for Observer TV News, Mississauga.
Despite frustration from fans, Toronto Maple Leafs GM Brian Burke said he's not planning to make any drastic changes for the team. Rumors circulated about the firing of coach Ron Wilson, but he denied those rumors. Hopes for a comeback were shut down yesterday as the Edmonton Oilers dominated the game with a 5-0 win, and frustration grew when Oilers' Sam Gagner scored in the second period with only 3 seconds remaining. The Leafs are up against the Boston Bruins tomorrow. And finally, the Toronto Raptors up against the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight at the ACC. The Raptors will be in for a challenge as the Thunder have done well in the Eastern Conference and have won 7 straight games on the road. But their star player, Kevin Durant, may not play for the Thunder tonight. He's been out with a knee injury. The Raptors hope to win another game. They scored big against the Washington Wizards last Wednesday with a 127-108 win. Tip-off with the Raptors and the Thunder is at 7 p.m. And that's a look at the world of sports. Now over to Carrie Prunskis for her thoughts on a different kind of silent wait.
Thanks, Roger. Yesterday, the Eaton Centre in Fairview Mall banned Salvation Army volunteers from ringing their bells, all because of noise complaints from some of the mall's employees. Pardon? No, really. Pardon? Because my ears are still ringing from last holiday season. Are you kidding me? Okay, sure. It probably gets a little irritating hearing those bells ring all day. But please try to look at it this way. A, at least you have a job. B, it goes with the territory. There's always going to be parts of our jobs that annoy us, so suck it up. And C, it's only for a few weeks anyway. It's not as if you have to hear those bells ringing all year long. And D, that's right, I'm going all the way to D on this one. It's for a good cause. The Salvation Army provides food, clothing, and shelter to people in need. So now, some shoppers have chosen to boycott the Eaton Centre and Fairview. I applaud you, but I'll be sure to do it quietly because I wouldn't want to disturb the whiny mall employees, who better be throwing a few extra bucks in those little red kettles to make up for this. Hopefully they can still find them, because they certainly won't be able to hear them. Not at their place of work anyway. Well, ding dong, those are my thoughts. For all of us here at Observer TV News, thanks for watching and have a great day.